So we're here on the streets of Baltimore City. We have a conversation with our designer, Jason. And my first question to you, Jason, is what exactly is the role of a DVD cover? A cover for any piece of art, music?
To attract the appropriate audience. I guess to the big business or the Fox, it would be to attract as many people as possible. But I would say age appropriate, genre appropriate. You want to get the folks that you're supposed to get watching your movie. That's the box. That's the DVD box.
Now, how did the original cover for the movie Idiocracy, how did it fail at that?
It was terrible. You saw it. It was that the first one they put out, a first edition. It was all yellow, and it had him up there, making a face with the X on the brain, and it said Idiocracy. It was big and yellow. Nobody bought it. Trust me, I know. I was working at a video store. Nobody bought it. They would bring it back. But an odd thing is, everybody that watches that movie loves it. It's one of their favorites, as it is one of mine.
All right, so your new cover. What did it do well at attracting the right audience? Why is that cover a different audience?
Well, they updated it from the first one. Fox did, you understand. They went from the yellow to the blue, and they put all three characters on. Still silly graphics, the same angle and the same pose, with bright colors. It looked like something for children. The movie's not a child's movie. Anybody that's seen it, it's actually serious. Yeah, it's funny, as is Office Space, but there's serious things in there. And I tried to convey that. I tried to show that it's actually a movie about intelligence, and how we need it, and it should be a cool thing.
And your cover does that.
Thank you. I hope it did.
So, can you explain the colors to your design?
Okay, what I learned about was contrast. Get things that are on opposite sides of the color wheel from each other, and we tend to like that, visually speaking. I thought about two colors for this movie. Not yellow, right? Because we already tried that. It's silly. The light blue I don't think works. I went with orange. It's like the yellow, it's a little bit of humor, but it's also a little bit of danger. And along with that danger, I put black, because it's a black comedy, the blackest. It's reminiscent of Slim Pickens riding with the atom bomb, and Dr. Strangelove, black comedy. And I wanted it to be appropriately addressed that way.
Okay. Now, what about the font on your copy?
Okay, the movie's about consumerism, rampant. It's about modernism, or the modernist movement. And that is to say, where Walmart and Costco are modernist, postmodernist is Amazon. That's where we're at today. So I wanted a font that was modernist. The curves, the appeal to our modern side. I wanted to show the idiocy in that.
Okay. All right, now main question, your cover. It's mainly one photograph on the cover. What was behind the decision to that particular photograph out of the entire movie?
All right, I'm a big fan of the Criterion Collection, and that's why I wanted to do this. And I wanted to pick a movie I liked, something I thought was good and misrepresented. And I found my movie. I found a sci-fi dystopia comedy. We can argue all day if some of the scenes that are in there are too racy, or they're explicit, or they're just not funny. But we can't argue about the plea to pathos as far as our ecology. And I wanted to show that ecology. And on the cover was one picture of that central theme that I think we can all agree on with that film. It had the trash building up all over. It did have the billboards, and it had the towers falling apart. It had buildings falling apart. So the ecology theme was central to me. But as I'm looking through all these Criterion movies, because I love them, I love what they do and how they repackage them, I found The River, which is a genre noir film. It's his first one in color. And the cover and the back just meets as one giant picture, because it's a beautiful panoramic view of a woman's face, and it's in India anyways. I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to show as one as I could of a panoramic view, but I also wanted to stop at the back and show flat black on the back, because it is that black comedy. So I didn't want to celebrate it as much as just show it. And especially on the spine, I wanted you to see the modern font, the Idiocracy, and then the building right beneath it, which looks like a modern reproduction building. On the inside is that one insert with the giant trash heap. Hopefully there's a little joke caught with our unnecessary physical disc on top of the trash heap.
Awesome. So we talked about the colors, the font, the photograph, the actual physical representation of your movie. What about the idea behind it all? What exactly from this movie were you trying to convey with your cover? I mean, you previously mentioned ecology, the warnings of the environment.
I'm trying to make it cool to be smart. If I make a product that happens to be pretty to look at the same time, that's a bonus.
It is. It's pretty, and you can tell looking right at it, it's an intelligent movie. Now, have you showed it to anybody yet?
A couple of people. Most is, I had to make sure I sent it to my mom. She's an artistic hero of mine, and she designs everything for her own business. And I love the designs that she does, so I sent it to her the first draft and said, what do you think about it? And her response to me was, would I be interested in working with her and working on designs with her? As soon as she said that, I knew I had a pretty decent product.
So you must have done a lot of research going into this.
Yes, ma'am, a whole lot.
How did you go about doing that?
Working at the video store helped. I got to see a lot of them. A lot of the criterions. I got to see what people held on to. And the first two editions of this movie, they did not. Not with equal pride as most people love the film that do like it. So I was trying to make something representative of that.
The last thing I really specifically want to ask you about is a booklet inside of the movie. On the back it says there's bonus features. One of those bonus features is not only this conversation, but a cutout picture book.
Okay.
So as you're flipping through the inside, you're kind of thinking, oh, this is the cutout picture book. You know, you see the scissors around each photograph. What was the purpose of that?
We can all cut it out if we want, right? The trash inlay on the front, it had the dots around it, we can cut it out. We can cut out the Brondo ads, or we can cut out the nonsense. And plus, I couldn't put a booklet with words in the booklet for Idiocracy.
All right, that's fitting. So when a buyer buys the DVD, they look inside, they see the postcard, which is that photo that looks like the apps, and then they flip through that picture book. What is that interaction between the user and the picture book, or that experience? What does that give to them that would help them or make them want to buy the movie?
I don't think the booklet's as much to get them to buy it. I want to show something of adoration. I want to remix the artwork. I'm a postmodernist through and through. I want to take an old product and remix it, show it in a new light, how it can be presented. And that's my attempt at that. So each page in that picture book, I'm trying to get you to look at the issues in the film just a little differently.
Okay, so you represented the film just in a different format?
Yeah, I guess you remixed and repackaged.
Awesome, okay. Respectfully done. Now my last question for you is overall, why'd you decide to do this particular movie, or a movie in general?
I guess working at the video store, it's something I thought I could do, and I wanted to have a chance at it. It seemed like a great idea to actually use the applications, things I've been using in the classroom because I'm a rookie, you understand, to actually learning and scholastic arts. So after actually taking the classes, I wanted to see what I could put together and take it from theory to actual physical product, and I think that's what I've done.
Yeah, you definitely did that, and it looks
Learned
great.
a lot in the process.
That's the point, I think. Thank you so much, Jason.
Thank you.